Hey everybody, welcome back to the studio. Today we're going to be making another wigwag vase for you. I've tried this in the past and it didn't exactly go as planned, but I have a brand new torch that we're going to be trying out today, so hopefully it's going to go a little bit better than before. So let's go ahead and head to the studio. We'll get started on this new vase.
Got the good stuff. Pretty.
So I have these small links of glass that I pre-made of different colors. Some are pink, purple, white, and teal. And we're going to lay them out on this little plate. We'll fuse them together, and then we'll be able to roll them up on our pipe and start to create our color pattern.
Pink, pink, white, white. Purple, purple. Pretty.
Traditionally, this kind of wigwag style is used in flameworking, so it's in a lot of like torch work. We don't really see it that often in soft glass, but I've wanted to do it for a long time, so I've been trying it here and there, and we did another video about it on the channel a little bit earlier in the year, and it didn't go exactly as planned, so now, like I said before, I've got this brand new torch, and hopefully it's really going to speed up the process.
I think I'm just gonna double dip and then blow it up. Yeah.
So we preheated the canes just a little bit, and now my brother's going to put them into the glory hole over here and start to really turn them into molten, and we'll start to fuse them together. I like to check my pipes, roll them back and forth on the rails to make sure they're nice and straight before I start the piece on them. And now that one's pretty straight, so we're going to get a little bit of glass out of the furnace, and we'll get ready to roll this up. So this kind of roll-up is different than what I normally do. Usually we make a collar out of this, which is just like a little ring of glass on the tip of the pipe. But this time, I'm actually going to blow a bubble into this. I'll get a little bit more glass, blow a bubble into it, and we'll actually do the roll-up on a bubble. Now, the reason for the bubble roll-up instead of like the collar traditionally is that we don't want the colors to expand so much. If I roll it up on a collar, it's very small, and then the color has to do a lot of expansion. If I roll it up on a bubble, then I can use more rods of cane, and then it also doesn't have to do as much expanding. It's already kind of larger than it would be if I did it on a collar.
Cool. You can take a seat.
So now that we have our bubble in the piece, I'm going to really try to make it the circumference of that pie divider right there. I want it to fit right into that little gap of those jaws right there. That pie divider takes the length of our canes, divides it by pi, and then I know the circumference of the collar or the bubble that I need so that I can roll it up perfectly onto the outside of whatever I'm going to use to roll it up. So Luke's gotten these canes pretty hot, and here in just a moment, we'll go ahead and go for the roll-up.
The day the music died out there.
So I was just a little bit smaller than I needed to be, but that's okay. So what I'm going to end up doing is I'm actually going to blow into the bubble and expand it a little bit so that it lines up with these canes.
Awesome, man. That's good.
One of the difficult parts about rolling up glass on a bubble like this, these canes on a bubble, is that, in the middle of each one of these little grooves of the canes, there might be a little bubble that you'll pick up that's sandwiched in between my bubble and the rods of cane. So what I'm doing is I'm rolling flat and really trying to push those bubbles out of either side. The last thing we want on fine glassware is bubbles. So this is a really kind of important move, and I do it multiple times so that I can make sure that hopefully there's no bubbles in between my bubble and the roll-up. So one thing I'm also trying to do is really stretch this out. I want it to be nice and long, because what we're planning on doing is creating that wigwag pattern, like I said before. So I'll be heating up different rings on here and then twisting it back and forth. So the longer that I stretch it, the more rings that I can kind of compress. And then once we stretch it out really long, get all those wigwags in there, I'll be able to compress it back down and our pattern will really be able to show.
Golf shorts.
Okay. All right, watch yourself, Cody.
And here's that new torch I was talking about. So, like I said before, I'm going to use this to really focus in on that ring. You're starting to see it's really starting to get orange right while I'm focusing on that. And then I can use that little handle that I put on the tip to really curve the glass. So I'll pull it one direction, move down, make another ring, pull it the opposite direction, and kind of go back and forth all the way down.
Break it down into sections. Take a little flash.
They got lions here, but they all sit up under, you know.
Yeah, no show.
Yeah.
Not right. But just the idea of like a prison. Yeah. Even though we want to call it like something different. All right, take a flash. Oh no.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny though. That's crazy. This will be the last ring. I lied. Okay.
All right, so this is the last little turn that I'm going to put in it, and then here in just a second we're going to knock off that handle, and then we'll start to compress it back down so that these wigwags look a lot more emphasized. It'll hopefully be about half the size, so it might take me a minute, but we're really going to try to compress this thing back down.
And now, when you come, it was like $3.25 for the torch. And then I sent it to somebody for the handle, and
It is ginormous.
it's massive.
Yeah, it's massive. And it's just like right in the middle of like.
It is. It's fully. Yeah. hold it in there. Yeah, dude. Pretty. Look at that. You can blow lightly. Off. Thank you. Sorry.
All right, awesome. So this thing came out great. I was really, really happy with how the pattern looked at this point. So, you know, like I said, it's now super compressed. Those wigwags look a lot more dramatic, and you get a really cool pattern. You know, I don't know why we don't see this in soft glass as much, but I'm in love with how this thing looks. And now that it's cooled down a little bit, we'll prep it for a gather. So here in just a moment, we're going to stick this thing into the furnace, put a new layer of clear glass on top of it, and then we'll be able to start to blow up our form.
I found some good music off of it actually. I've been like trying to be like, how do you get it flow? Just press play.
Yeah.
This table is called the marbering table. It's a piece of thick metal that really cools the glass down and shapes it. So I can roll the glass back and forth to really cool down that kind of tip section, and then I hang it over the edge and I can blow through it. It really, really helps to inflate the form. So one of my favorite tools to use whenever we're starting to really inflate the form is this newspaper tool. So this is about 10 sheets of newspaper folded up and soaked in water. For you guys who watch the videos regularly, you know I really love this tool, but it helps me to really control the expansion of the bubble, right? So it's a wet kind of piece of newspaper, and it cools down the glass in the areas that I don't want it to expand whenever I call air on for my brother to start blowing through. So you'll see me use it quite a few times throughout the process.
Yeah, we need a jack.
So this move that I'm doing right now is called putting in a jack line. The tool in my hands are called the jacks. They're kind of like a big pair of giant tweezers, and they're really good at putting constriction points in the glass. So right now I'm putting in a little line right off the tip of the pipe, and that's actually determining where the top of the piece is going to be. So later in the process, we're going to have to transfer this piece to a different pipe, and we'll have to break it off of the current blowpipe right on that line. So this is a really necessary move so that later in the process, everything can go smoothly and nothing breaks when we do our transfer.
Boot, scoot, boogie. Blow lightly. Off.
Blocks from your house? Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Give me some air. On. Off. We'll put a bottom on it. Coming behind you. And then, yeah, in a moment. I should have put my hose on. Give me some air instead. You can go ahead and go on. Blow. this was your phone. Yep, on. Off. Yeah, go on again. You just push. Okay.
So now that we have the bottom of the piece established and the bottom half of it is basically done, we're going to prep to do that transfer that I talked about a little earlier. So my brother has the new pipe with a little bit of glass on the tip. This is what we call a punty. So that little piece of glass is basically going to work as glue to connect the pipe to the bottom of the piece. And here in just a moment, we'll tag it onto the bottom, apply a little bit of water to the lip on that jack line right where we want it to break, and then we'll break it off of the blowpipe. We'll have it transferred to the new pipe so that we can finish the piece.
How you feel? Tighten it up, yeah. All right, ready? Up. For me for a second. We go on first, I'll tell you when. All right, go. One more time, please. Sorry. Yeah. Awesome. And that's it. Sweet.
One of the final things that we need to do to the piece is apply a little lip wrap. So I have some blue glass that's in a bowl on the other side of the studio, and my brother's going to collect a little bit of glass out of the furnace, get some of that blue glass on it, and then we'll put a little ring of blue on the lip of the piece. This is something that I've avoided for a little while. I'm not the best at applying lip wraps, so I don't use them a lot in my work, but I'm really trying to get better and better at them, so we've been doing a lot more of them lately.
Yeah, two please. Yeah, and a point. More like fluted. Like, I feel like I would tag somewhere else. Yeah, that's great.
We love that one.
Flip.
All right, so that was great. I'm really happy with how that was applied. You know, sometimes you put them on too far away, too close, too thick. There's lots of things that can go wrong, but that one went really smoothly. So now that that's on there, all we have to do is finish inflating the piece and finish the design, and we'll be all done.
Got it. Did y'all get any, what's it called? Meatballs? Sausage?
No. He makes them with pork, and Megan doesn't like pork.
Oh, okay. Our dad makes these like meatballs and sausage.
And then we'll probably just sophietta a few times. You wanna get the straight Sophie? Actually, I got it.
Warped Tour.
Oh, nice. Warped Tour Orlando.
Orlando, we're going. Cool. And then after that, Hawaii.
That's Waikiki. That's awesome.
October.
Give me a paddle on the lip.
You want like a one-night stay at
Push.
Hilton, or not Hilton, Holiday Inn?
Off. That's gonna be it.
All right, so the vase is looking great, and we're basically done with it, but we're not exactly out of the woods yet. The last thing we have to do is we have to knock it off of the pipe, and we're going to have to transfer it into an annealing oven so that it can cool overnight. So here in just a moment, I'm going to apply some water to the tip of the punty mark, and then my brother will pick it up in some Kevlar gloves, we'll move it to our annealing oven, and tomorrow we can come back and see what it looks like.
Shell forever.
Yeah, that's how he does it. One last drop. All right, you ready? We'll nap gas. Got it? Oh yeah. Sweet man. Woo!
All right, and here's the final product. I'm really in love with it. You know, like the bottom and the middle wigwags, all of it really. It looks fantastic. The lip wrap went great. The size and the shape is really cool to me. I'm in love with this piece. I couldn't be happier. And guys, as usual, if you're interested in purchasing this piece, you can find a link to it in the description box down below. So please feel free to check those out and check out the rest of the website. We're getting close to holiday season. Lots of pumpkins, ornaments, Christmas stuff is coming up too. So just take a look around if you want. And thanks for hanging out with us today. Can't tell you guys how much I appreciate each and every one of you. You guys are the best. So I'll catch you in the next week's video, and make sure to be safe out there.